loves this country. Who here today loves God? Well, I'm here to tell you that this isn't about birth control. This is about government control of how we love God. As my colleague Marjorie told you, the Constitution places at its very center the Bill of Rights. And the very first freedom our founding fathers protected was not freedom of speech, was not freedom of the press, was not freedom of assembly. It was free exercise of religion. Yeah. So how is free exercise of religion offended by this mandate? Well, we were told by the then Speaker of the House that they had to pass the bill for us to know what was in it. We now know what's in it, and we don't like it. We were assured time and time again our effort to pass legislation that said that this Health Care Act could not force funding of abortion was unnecessary, that there was nothing in the bill that would require it. But we now know that we're going to have to spend over $1 billion on this travesty that funds abortion. So what are we going to do about it? Well, we've gone to our Congress and we've asked them to pass the Blunt Amendment to make clear that health care does not include forcing people of faith out of the marketplace and out of social services. We've asked them to make clear that the Secretary's decision that pregnancy is a disease is wrong. We've asked them to make sure that our conscience is protected. And what did the Senate say? No. And who voted to say no? Both our senators. As Americans, we know that freedom doesn't mean forcing people to act against their conscience. As Americans, we know that freedom doesn't mean playing Mother May I with the Secretary of Health to get permission to obey our conscience. And maybe our senators didn't know it, but I guarantee you the Supreme Court knows it. So what we're going to see is those brave attorneys general from other states, but not Minnesota, who have filed suit and said you can't force people of faith to pay for things they believe is intrinsically evil. We're going to see the court say to the Obama administration, just like they did in the most recent case, you're wrong, and not only you're wrong, but we're unanimously voting that you're wrong. For 2 years, which is what it will take for this litigation to get all the way up to the Supreme Court. Every dollar that our religious organizations are fined is a dollar that we cannot use to pay for food for the hungry. Every dollar that we use to pay fines and lawyers is a dollar that we can't pay for homeless shelters. Every dollar that we pay to government bureaucrats for an unconstitutional mandate are dollars that we cannot use to educate our children, care for the needy, and care for our elderly. And this is wrong. The current administration seems to think that the government should be the primary provider of social services. But Jesus healed the lepers, he healed the woman with the hemorrhage, and he healed the centurion daughter. We have been in the healthcare business before the founding fathers were even a glimmer in their father's mind. And studies show, if you want kids in the inner city to get educations, if you want to market, if you want people to donate to charities and help their neighbors, you turn to the religious community. And that's who we are. So when they say that this mandate, this anti-conscience mandate, is crucial for women's health care, we have to say religious freedom is crucial for America. When they say this is all about ensuring women have birth control, we say this is all about ensuring that the government has control of every business and every church and every person. And when they say that the administration has tried to accommodate us, we say, Mother May I, to the government bureaucrats, is no accommodation.